Welcome to week 3, hacking countermeasures, and I'm still Erdal Ozkaya. Nothing has changed in the last 3 weeks. This week I'm here in Sydney. 3 weeks, 3 different classes, 3 different locations. Next week I'm going to deliver the class from Hong Kong, I think. So, world is small. We have people from everywhere. Just before the recording, I saw people from Europe, America, 4 a.m., Africa, Middle East, and someone from Canberra is also here. No, just joking. Don't. Hi, Oswald. Okay, what are we gonna cover today? By the way, people were asking before the recording my Twitter. That's my Twitter URL. So twitter.com, my name _Ozkaya. For IT Masters, it is at itmasters-csu. I think I can show you this later as well. So all our contact details are here. So what is in this class? This class, we are going to talk about hacking. I think you're not surprised. Viruses and Trojans. As I had 70-something plus slides, I decided to leave the DOS for next week. So if you just joined for the DOS class, sorry, this is next week, okay? And next week we are going to do some exam revision. As you know, week 5, you are going to sit in an open book exam, which will give you some university certificates from Charles Sturt and IT Masters with my signature. Maybe James will be keen to sign as well. My name is Erdal Ozkaya, so I forgot to introduce myself. And I got with me James here. I think you all know James. And we have also someone new here to help us. James, would you like to introduce Ben?
Yep. Hey everyone. As you know by now probably, I'm James. I help out answering questions and such with Erdal. We get so many great questions from you guys that we've got another person on board, Ben Kinder, with us tonight. Hey Ben.
Hi James. Hi everyone. Good to be here.
Who are you, Ben? Tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
Ben
you work
Kinder,
for competition or us?
No, I work for IT Masters. I've been here for about a month now, so I'm just trying to get used to everything. I'm usually going to be the one that'll be answering all the tweets that you send through to IT Masters, and I'm studying myself as well, so I'm very interested to see what you have to say tonight, Erdal.
Beautiful. As you know, I'm studying also my doctorate as well, so I'm myself a student at CSU IT Masters and my lecture. So, isn't it fun? So all of you can be part of our team. The course is starting right now, Palvasha. Don't be that excited. Okay, we're starting right now. We will talk about hacking, viruses, and Trojans. So don't forget, our hashtag is still Stop Cybercrime. Please help us to become the trend topic at Twitter or Facebook. Please tweet about us, tweet about the course. My aim is to have 8,000 people. We reached 7,000 plus. We are coming close to 8,000. So let me help please to break the record because I want to be famous within IT Masters. I think I am already, right? No, just joking. Okay, I want to start with some humor today. Please read this. I have installed a comprehensive program that will protect our computer against viruses, Trojan horses, worms, cuties, hissy fits, contipitsin, and heebie-jeebies. I thought this was funny. Copyright by Randy Glasbergen. You can go to this website and he has many other cartoons there. So I like his cartoons and I want to share that. I thought it will be a good start for us. So, as you know by now, our main communication channel, I'm still receiving emails, believe it or not, asking where can I download the materials. Last week I had a few tweets asking to get week 2 PDFs, which was already at learn.itmaster.edu.au. By now, all of you should have your username and password. You can just log in. That's my account. You can go to week 3 and download all your materials from there. Or you can go to discussion forums and you can add yourself a new discussion topic. The slide doesn't seem to be sync. Which slide are you now in, Alexander? Now the cartoon is there. James, can you see
I'm seeing your
the form slide, or is it the...
It lags behind a little bit of it. But
Okay,
it comes up.
Alexander. Yeah, you know, it should come up very shortly, okay? Beautiful, it should come up. Sorry, I have no control over that. I will try to slow down to make it a bit easier to follow up. No problem. Okay, warning as usual. If you use this in real life, you are liable yourself. Neither IT Masters or Charles Sturt University, me, Ben or James are liable to anything. So usually if you come and do the full class, you have to sign an agreement that you're not going to use this knowledge against bad stuff. But at this stage, we don't have this opportunity to let 7,300 people to sign up. So I think you are all adults, and I think you all can hold your promises. Okay, what is a Trojan? I think we have some people from Greece and from Turkey. Now I'm not going to do politics here, okay? So the first Trojan, I'm pretty sure most of you did watch the movie Troy, which is an old Greek story. What happened is there was two towns or two colonies fighting each other. There was a colony which was never beaten. At the end, one of the commanders thought a really great story. He said, you know what? Let's give them a present. A present to friendship. But this present had some soldiers inside to get out during the night time to open the gates which they can't bypass. This is a true story. Today, the Troy is located in Turkey, where you can always go to your favorite search engine, such as Bing or Google or Yahoo. Look for it. So it is a true story. So what is it in what is it in IT terms? It's a program in which the malicious or harmful code is containing inside apparently harmless programming or data. If you remember in the first week, if you didn't watch it yet, so I know we have a couple of new students here, please go to the forums and watch week 1 recording. I showed you there how hackers wrap a game with a virus or a program with a virus. You can do this with a PDF, you can do this with MP3, you can do this with anything which you can think about. And because if I tell you, hey, Oswald, my old friend, my old student, would you like to get a virus? Probably you're going to say, no, Erdal, I don't want it. But if I tell him, hey, here's my book, which I wrote for Microsoft, totally free, he will jump into it. And the question is, why should I give him something for free? Look, I'm not talking about freeware programs. I'm not talking about the free ebooks. I'm talking about, let's say, Adobe Photoshop, which is $5,000, making the price up. So you, a student, you don't want to pay for this program. All right, that's your problem. I mean, we should all pay and support the developers, but you don't have the money, and you go to that underground website. The question is, why did these hackers spend the time to crack this program and give it free to you? Seriously, why? Of course, to steal your data. Maybe your credit card, maybe your Facebook account, maybe your Bitcoin account, maybe your ATM or PIN code card. It could be anything which you store in your computer. And they use 2 different channels. Every computer has a overt channel, which is a legitimate communication part within a computer system or network which is used to transfer data. Let's say you want to play poker.exe, or you go ahead and purchase Adobe from Adobe Photoshop on Adobe website. All good, no problem. You pay the money, you download it, you use it, all good. But we have also some people, I guess many people in this class. I mean, I'm just telling this class, like 3 weeks ago I was at Tech at North America. I had 1,200 people sitting in front of me and I asked, let's be honest, who never downloaded the MP3 or an ebook or a movie? Not even one hand went up. Last week I was in Manila, same thing. Next week I'm going to be in Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure we're going to have maximum 1 or 2 people. They never did that. So what is happening? Remember I said nothing is for free? So how is this hackers communicating with their cracked programs over a covert channel? A covert channel is a channel that transfers information within a computer, system or network in a way that violates the security policy. Basically, that's a Trojan. It sends information back to its creator. So, and this is your paid game, this is your cracked game. If you pay for it, you know, there, to be honest, there are some, especially in Android store, there are a couple of paid applications which you can go and buy, which has inbuilt Trojan in it as well. I'm not talking about those ones. So what are the common ports used by Trojans? It could be anything. I'm going to show you very shortly how you can detect Trojans without any antivirus, but this is just an example. It's not limited to these ports, but this is the Trojans which has been detected and which has been caused a lot of damage in the past. So, how to infect systems using a Trojan? Again, please go and watch our week 1 recording. I did show you exactly how they wrap a program. Now, in this demonstration, I'm going to create a Trojan, and I'm going to infect a server, and I'm going to access the infected server via my Trojan. This is exactly how hackers do that. And as you can see, I'm going to do that in a Windows 8 PC. So it's up-to-date PC. I'm just logging in. I got Windows 2012 and Windows 8. So just to show you what you can do. By the way, this could be in Apple. This could be in Linux system. It makes really no difference. So I'm going to my Trojans. What kind of Trojan would you like to have today? Today I prefer remote access Trojans with maybe the thief. No. Maybe a Tyler. Nah. Yeah, why not? Let's install this one. It is like any other program. This is the server, by the way. As you can see, it's a web remote commander. So I can get information about my victims. But first, I need to find some victims. To be able to find some victims, I have to wrap a virus with my Trojan. Share it in the internet. You're going to see shortly how people do share it. Then, so once the user is infected, I mean, in this case, I know the user's IP address. Just to show you, I'm going there. I'm typing the IP address 10.10.10.8 and connect. As you can see, this is like, I'm pretty sure most of you use Redmin or RPC, remote desktop connections, or VNC. It is a remote software which helps me to connect remotely to the computer. The difference is it is running in a covert channel, not a overt channel, okay? So it's used in an illegal way because it's aimed to steal your data. You might say, hey, what is the username and password? Again, as soon as you're infected, usually the virus will send me some information. And I've done a demo of this in week 1. Please go ahead and watch this one, where I'm going to continue with my demonstration now. So, as you can see, I'm already connected to the system. And this is live from that system. You don't believe me? Remember I went and opened the command prompt there? I can just go manage the whole computer straight from here. Let's type something. Let's say remote access Trojan. Don't worry about the spelling. I can get system information. I can get network information. I can get file information. I can get the users, groups, process information, BIOS information. As you can see, this Trojan is giving me in-depth detail and in-depth control. Where people can use it against you. So I have many other demos which I think James is gonna upload them shortly to our systems. If not, you can go and always watch our YouTube channel. I did create many demos like that where you can see step by step how we access. Let me answer this question straight away, James, if you don't mind. There is a question which says from Haran. It says, how can you connect to an infected PC which is across the internet behind a firewall using a private IP in a different subnet than you are in? Okay. The scenario was you went in and download a program which is usually sold for money, but you went to an underground website to a BitTorrent and you did download it from there, which had the virus embedded. As soon as you, please for that, you have to watch our week 1 video. If you watch it, you will understand how you can bypass firewalls. So there is a lag. I will try to slow down. Okay. So what are the different ways a Trojan can get into a system? It could be instant messenger, could be IRC, physical access, browser, email, bugs, fake programs, legitimate but wrapped software, which I was talking about, attachments, untrusted sites, which might have some cross-site scripting, NetBIOS, which is file sharing, or downloading games. Again, not games from EA games, for example, where you can download for free, which it's supported by advertisement. I'm talking about games that you download illegally. Or yes, David Boot, CDs from Sony. Mark Rosinovich, back then in I think 2005, found rootkits in Sony CDs. What is a rootkit? Rootkit is a kind of virus or Trojan which is controlling again the computer and sending information back. And Sony was using rootkits in all their products in 2005, where Mark Rosinovich did detect that. Today, Mark Rosinovich is with Microsoft. He's a technical fellow there, but his tools, which I'm going to show you very shortly, it's still up to date. George, you're going to see shortly how you can know it's a Trojan. We will talk about it shortly, okay? So please watch the session to the end, and you will understand some of your questions a bit better. So, as I said, could be via URL from Facebook, Twitter, or Google+, could be anything. But they are not real URLs. They are some infected files to bypass your antivirus. So, how can you make sure your antivirus can catch them? First of all, you have to make sure that you never download illegal software. You should, if you are suspicious of a file, at least use a virtual PC and download it there, and use the hex editor. If you don't know what the hex editor is, it's usually a debugging or forensic software. It can be used for many different purposes, which will help you to look into the signature of a file, and hopefully you'll be able to detect. If you have a heuristic detection, or if you have live if your antivirus is keeping an eye in your computer actively, and the virus is a known virus, your antivirus should detect this Trojan virus. Parry, you will get your answer shortly. Always write your own Trojan. You know, we always say, if you are not the master, you will own by a master. So if you go ahead and download the Trojans that I'm using from the internet, don't forget, someone else will control you. And you can always change Trojan syntax. You know, you should make a file more legitimate looking so you can bypass antiviruses. So why I'm telling you this? I don't want you to write your own virus. Don't forget, our aim is to think like a hacker, to stop the hacker. And to be able to do so, you have to, I repeat myself, you have to know how the hackers attack your networks, your computers. You, as security professional, have to use some of these techniques, which we call penetration testing, against your own network's computers to see if anybody's going to click on those. If they do, at least you have the opportunity to train your users or your family. But if a hacker does that, it's going to cost you something. I don't know what. So there are many different Trojan types. I'm not going to be able to talk all of them one by one. I use an example of remote access Trojan, but this could be an email Trojan, FTP Trojan, graphical user interface Trojan, spam Trojan, a Trojan which aims to steal only credit card details, a Trojan which only aims for your e-banking applications. That's why, look, I'm using a beautiful software here called Zemana. What is Zemana doing? It has a free, you can just go on from their website, anti-logger. I'm a big fan of anti-logger. You know, it's anti-key logger, anti-screen logger, anti-webcam logger, anti-clipboard logger, and it has some sort of systems defense. If you have a proper antivirus, this should be inbuilt as well. To be honest, they give it to me for testing. Since then, I'm using it. Because I like it, I share it. You can go to zemana.com and download it there for free. There is a free version, of course, and there is a paid version, which has all these functionalities for you. So, now to answer some of your questions. Introduction to viruses. So I think by now all of you do understand what a Trojan is, right? What is a Trojan? A Trojan is a program which the malicious or harmful code is contained inside, apparently harms programming or data in a way that can get control to cause damage. Like if I tell you here's a free pen, probably you will, if I tell you here's a virus, probably you will not get it, but if I tell you here's a free pen, which has a spy camera inside, you will probably get my pen, and as a result, I will be able to track you. So, a virus. A virus is a self-replicating program that produces its own code by attaching copies itself into another executable codes. Some viruses will affect computers as soon as their code is executed. Others will wait until the time comes and then infect your computer or then go into the action. There are many different Trojan types, virus types. Some of them aim to corrupt your files and programs. Some of them aims to do some political propaganda. Most of them these days encrypt itself and transform its files to another location, so you can't kill it easily. An example such as Conflicta. So, what are the virus stages? First of all, someone has to think about the virus. Envisioning. Think about project management. Then they have to replicate it. They have to put it somehow on the internet, attach it to some legitimate programs, especially most wanted programs. Then launch it. The people have to get infected so the hacker can gain access. As soon as people get infected, hopefully someone is going to detect that and bypass the signatures to antivirus company. Then the antivirus company has to reverse engineer the file, hack the code basically, and find a core. They have to update the database as soon as they find the core. Then you, as the infected user, have to go and download this updated antivirus database to scan your computer to de-infect yourself. So many people are asking, I can see the questions, how good is this antivirus? How good is that antivirus? So does this slide answer your question? Antiviruses are only good only after you only if the signature or behavior is known. An example from real life. Let's talk about AIDS, for example. AIDS, there is no core at the moment. So if you get infected with AIDS, most probably you're going to have some limited time. I know doctors are working on it, researchers are doing their researches on it, and hopefully they're going to find a solution for that. But until then, all what you can do, pray and get your medications. I don't know if you watched the movie called The Dallas Buying Club. Watch it to give you some idea how AIDS is. Again, I'm not here to talk about AIDS, but just to give you the idea. Viruses are exactly like that. If it's a 0 day, if it's a vulnerability which nobody knows about it, such as Statnex, for example, a flame virus, which was not detected for 4 years. Again, it was not detected for 4 years. 4 years is around 1,460 days, which is, 4 years times 365 times, times, you can just do that and have all these calculations. It's long time. Why? Because it was a virus which was engineered. It was a attack which aimed not you, not me, but some government to get access to the data. And they were successful. I think it was launched on Iran, and based on F-Secure's CEO, I got a blog post about it in my blog. So if you go and type F-Secure, you will be able to read the article. It was really great. He was very honest saying why we could not detect the virus, because it was not aimed for everybody, it was aimed for some specific person. And as we talked last week, some governments hires these days hackers, which is making the life a bit more interesting. So I spoke about how your computers will get infected with the virus, but now let's talk about about Trojan. Now we're going to talk about how your computer gets infected by the virus. First of all, it's still very good to have up-to-date antivirus. It is really very smart idea to have up-to-date operating system. It is, trust me, a very, very, very bad idea to install pirated software. Don't laugh. And I bet, look, we have close to 1,000 people tonight in the class, and with the recordings, we're going to reach possibly 7,000 something students. I bet at least 10% of you did download before a cracked antivirus, like free Norton Internet Security with a code on it. But you never thought that, hey, or some of us did download Windows 7, Windows 8 for free, or Server, or Acrobat, or You name the program. Or most of you have these days iPhones or Android phones. You jailbreak the phones. You root the phones. But the question is, he's this rat snow guy. Why is he doing that? Is he really just hating Google, Nokia, or Microsoft, or Apple? Or he does it for a cause? That's the question to ask to yourself. So, next time, when you accept a file, or when you download a software without checking, think twice. Alright, let me see if I can answer some questions. Ben and James, any question that you want to share with me, which I might miss?
Yeah, we've got one question here from Alan, just asking how safe are free antiviruses, I guess is a good alternative to a hacked one.
Yeah, I can assure you it's much more safer than cracked one. And most of the free antiviruses were for cause. If you think about Note 32, I mean, I got really good friends working for Note 32 as well. It was totally free. Or I think Havana antivirus was totally for free. Or Zone Alarm, it was free when it first was launched. The idea of the free viruses, okay? Or Microsoft Security Essentials. Or Defender. It's free. But don't forget, this company has also a paid version. I know how Microsoft works. Microsoft collects, gives you the free antivirus, but as soon as you start to collect, they have also paid product which is called Forefront, endpoint protection. So if you help Microsoft to submit the data, they help to make their paid version better. That's why there is really not too much difference between a paid or unpaid antivirus. The unpaid one has, the paid ones making life easier. Usually have anti-keylogger or firewall attached, where the free one usually don't. But very soon I'm going to show you how you can detect viruses, Trojans, without antiviruses. Okay, by the way, I am using Windows Defender. Besides Zemana, last week, Classbest guy asked me if he attended my event. To be honest, I did test it. I like it as well. There are a couple of good software. Zone Alarm free firewall is not bad. So there are many things which you're right, Edva. Windows 8.1 comes with free Windows Defender, and it's better than nothing. That's what I can tell you. Google Chrome could not install Zemana.com, which means Google has a virus itself. No, just joking. No, Forefront and the free version use the same engine, don't they? Yes, the engine is same, but Forefront is managed by a server, where Defender is managed by yourself. No problem. Any other question about Trojans and viruses?
Yep. Alex has asked, so would you recommend heuristic detectors rather than signatures alone?
I think I saw this question. Signatures are slow these days. I think you need both. Because, look, again, signature, for the guys that don't know signature protection, signature protection is basically a known virus. They update the database, they send it to you, you are protected against it. Behavior protection is, it checks, it has a sandbox inbuilt, it executes the files, it checks the behavior. Why is this program installing in System 32? Why is this program encrypting itself? Should be a virus. Block. This is how they work in the background. I hope I could give you the basic idea of it. Any other question?
Yeah, one last one just for now.
Malware, okay, I saw this question. Okay, let me answer this one. Matt says, malware virus right to use antivirus control, quality control. Once a malware passes the antivirus, it's ready to deploy into the wild. Yes, and very soon I'm going to show you a slide deck where you can test even your own antivirus. Sorry, your own virus. If you join us at IT Masters CSU, and join our hacking class, okay, I'm going to show you how you can write your own virus. And the first thing that we're going to do is, you don't have to be a programmer, we're going to use some tools. You're going to find that many antivirus are not going to be able to find your basic virus which you wrote in the class. So you can also join a C Council CH program as well. To do so, or Sense has it as well, but to be honest, I'm more affiliated with CH, and we are also here at IT Masters and CSU academic partner with EC Council as well. Okay, another question. Sorry, James, I cut you off a few seconds ago. Can you read the question now?
That's all right. Yeah, one last one. Naveen has asked, I guess, how do we check whether the antivirus is actually working or not? Is there a safe way to sort of check that it's actually going to fire?
Trust me, if your antivirus is not working, you will know straight away. As soon as you double click on it, it will close down. If OS X has built Trojan detection, to be honest, look, that's what many people think. Many people think there is a OS X, OS X is secure. To be honest, it's not. Nothing is secure. Okay? Please don't get. Look, I'm going to show you a slide deck. 1 second, please. Out of topic. Let me just open it quickly. So back to Navneet's question. If your antivirus is not working, then you will not be able to go to any security website, or it will crashing most of the time at least. Alright, look, I'm just going to open a slide deck from a conference which I spoke. Said my PC is hacked, now what? As usual, I start with this. I'm just going straight to the. So I say there, most of us got the fear, or we're confused, or we hope we are not going to get hacked, or we believe we got a simple solution. We believe your simple firewall is going to protect you. But is this the reality? As I said, the first step to be a security professional is you have to learn to look for weaknesses. What is the weakness in this photo? Hate gate? No window you can use. Or, look, what is funny about this picture? Let's look closely. Or this gentleman here. I have a Nokia 1020, which is 41 megapixel. I took a photo while he was writing this letter, and I can assure you it was something confidential. Or this lady next to me, she had her wallet here. Promise I did not steal anything from her, but I could just open, take photo of everything, put the wallet back. As a result, your credit cards, as a result, your identity, as a result, more of your identity will be sold. And as I mentioned the last 2 weeks, your identity is the most important item which you have to protect. Okay, here's the slide which I was talking. Bilal, I will do my best to do, but again, I have really not much control about the lagging. Okay, alright, what is wrong with this slide? Please look and tell me what is wrong with this slide. As you can see, I took this photo. Anybody is keen to answer the question? Come on, Bilal. Alexander, Sabri, Alex, Jason. Which photo? A Mac doesn't get a PC virus? Yes. Yeah, it's true, Jun. You're right. But it's a wrong statement. Of course a PC is not going to get a Mac virus, or a Mac is not going to get a PC virus. They are lying. If you look into it, there are two different platforms. This is not a security measure. What is the difference between this and that? You're right, Barack. So, do you see any difference between this and this? I don't, to be honest. Okay? Doesn't make sense? So don't believe on everything what you see, please. Or what you read as well. Especially these days, iPads, iPhones, they're very popular. And I can assure you, there are lots of attempts to go at this. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, a good friend of mine, Troy Hunt, you can go to troyhunt.com, published it on the internet, then it was all over the news. Many iPhones were hacked, especially in Australia. They received a message, and in that message, what happened is, if you go to my Facebook page, it was published as well. So you can see that anybody can get hacked. Yeah, it's just Apple marketing. You're right, Andrew. So back to the topic. Hackers usually use search engines, and some other malvertising. What is the search engines? When you go and try to download free stuff. Let's do a live demo. I'm opening my favorite IE browser. And let's say free proxy, for example. Yeah, Daniel, you are right. Annual cost of cybercrime hits near to $400 billion. Look, it looks great. Let's go to Google now. Type free proxy again. I don't know what's wrong. Do you think, to be honest, I didn't check those, but do you think all of these are legitimate? Really? Hopefully, if Google decides to open today, free proxy. Yeah, it is legitimate, and usually they had advertisements here. Good to see that Google finally took the step to remove the fake accounts. It took us a while to fight Google. What is malvertising? If you go to YouTube or while you're watching a movie, you sometimes receive that error message which says, "Oh, your flash is not up to date. Please update your flash," which is a fake advertisement, which Google makes money off, but they are not checking the integrity of the application. Which last year, I think, close to 3 million shows were there. 3 million times it was displayed. When I say shows, okay, it was displayed more than 3 million times based on an article which I read. So it's quite dangerous these days to click on the stuff. So people using different techniques to reach you out. James, any questions?
I'm not.
Ben?
Not
ask Ben,
now.
not always James. Sorry, I'm so used to saying James. Ben, sorry, I'm not ignoring you, by the way.
No, that's okay. I think we're pretty close to up to date.
Cool. This is example of type of viruses, system or boot sector viruses. There are many different virus types. Ranjit, please, if you can't see it, you can always download the video later. I hope listening, at least you can ask live questions. I know most of the people can see it. Okay, Barak said, get the one from King of Nigeria. Yes, I mean, even at Skype. Here's my Skype. Where's my Skype? Here, this little guy here. Or maybe this one. No, sorry, some of them are real. I'm not trying to display. I received the other day a spam message. I think I blocked it. Ibrahim, are you a spammer? Where's that message? I didn't delete it just to show it to you. Now, I don't know where it is. It was talking about, hey, I'm king of something. Please I want to send you some money. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It was somewhere here. Next time I'm going to leave it open. So I didn't delete it so I can show it to you. The money was good, around 35 million euros. I don't know if you noticed. They always offer something which you can get easily. Photoshop, $6,000, you get it for free. Windows 8, $300 OEM, you get it for free. Or ebook, $60, you get it for free. MP3, $1.60, you got it for free. $35 million, you can't even dream about that much money, but you got it for free because someone in Nigeria died which has the same last name as you. Really? So they always use the same weakness, the vulnerability of human. You want to, I mean, when I say you, us humans, we always want something easily. Why study while I can cheat? Why produce where I can just buy? And I can give many more examples. As I said in week 1, hackers are humans. They are not aliens and they are not using different tactics. They are using the tactics that we use every day. They know how we react. They know what we want. Like, again, I did speak about it. I know it's a university class, but it's fact. Around 70% of the internet traffic is porn. Around 92% of the email traffic is spam. If you think about that, there are huge numbers. As I think it was, I forgot the name. Just someone said a few seconds ago, there is the cybercrime cost the world around $400 billion. So the impact. When I say stop cybercrimes, it's easy to say, but if we don't change our behavior, we cannot stop them. Doesn't matter how well your antivirus is. You know that I'm a Palo Alto certified engineer, firewall brand. I know Sophos, back then Saro. Tony Archie is probably here as well. I know Kaspersky. I met Iguni Kaspersky at Sturt 2 years ago. I have close relationship with Notority. I know a couple of guys from Zemana. I know a couple of guys from Difoze, Shukra, Hakan, if you're there. You know, hi Tony. I have lots of friends here, which, Andrew, for example, one of my students, he's in the master classes. Again, what I'm trying to tell is, I'm not trying to talk about my friends. I'm trying to talk about all these products. Doesn't matter which one you're using. Apple, Linux, you name it. Phonics, you know, I know there is no such a thing called Phonics. It's all, the hack is always going to aim you. And as long as you want free stuff, they're going to be able to get you. Dot. When I say free stuff, please, I had this comment once. I wish I could see that guy and say, God, please leave IT, because you have no clue of IT. I was talking about free software, and he was talking about freeware software. I'm not talking about that, Mr. Smarty or Mr. Smarty. You know, it wasn't the feedback form, which I wish. Look, I don't mind good or bad feedbacks, but feedback should be logic. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about, just to make it clear, I'm talking about software that you don't want to buy and you get it cracked. All right, enough. So, what is the difference between a worm and a virus? A worm is a special type of a virus that can replicate itself and uses memory. But it cannot attach itself to other programs, such as viruses. What a worm will do is, it will take advantage of a file or information transport features on a computer systems and spread through the infected network automatically, where a virus can't do that. And that's the difference between a worm and a virus. Marcus posted a YouTube link. Ben or James, if you like it, please share it in the forums. I can't watch it now. So, how can you detect viruses? First of all, Scan, 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 scan. Secondly, when you download something, check the integrity. Then, check the interception. What is the interceptor? It monitors the operating system requests that are written to the disk. And I don't know if you remember Windows Vista. Microsoft back then introduced the UAC, User Account Control. Most of you did not like it. Said, oh, what is this? Always annoying me popping up. But we're just removing, as I think I showed you last week, we're just removing your day-to-day admin rights from your account. You can protect yourself up to 92%, as you read it last week. As Joseph said, protecting against malicious internal users, it's even harder, which we're going to talk shortly. If not, please remind me again. So, how can you protect yourself? Marco Timmermans, would you like to, he's a good friend of mine in the Netherlands, would you like to recommend something there? Excuse me. If not, I will tell it. Ensure the executable code sent to the organization is approved. So don't let any exe spread around if you don't approve it. Do not boot the machine with infected bootable system disk. In other words, don't put any USB, CDs, hard drives that you know it's not safe. That's why most of the organization, they block the USB port via group policies. Alright, if you don't go, yeah, Marco says, don't download. He's right. Know about the latest virus threats. If you remember week 1, we did talk about some forums and some websites. And these are all now forums. Please make sure you go ahead and to the forums and look into it. Ensure pop-up blockers, you know, look, I use the free pop-up blocker for Microsoft IE Internet Explorer. I think it does a great job. I have it in advance. Yeah, sometimes annoying, even pops up important stuff, but I can always create exclusion, and the second time it's not going to happen. So, always check your registry. You know, this is not true anymore, defragmentation once a week, because if you're using SSD, you will not want to defragment your computers. Make sure, look, Microsoft has a great product. Believe it or not, I love it. The Windows Firewall, I'm not saying it's the best firewall product, but I'm saying it is doing the job. The only difference, the only thing which I don't like about Windows Firewall is, it is not actively alerting you. You have to always go to the logs yourself. A good alternative is Zone Alarm, free version. Or as you can see, I'm using Kaspersky. At the moment, I'm not going to talk much about it, but I'm testing it, to be honest. But I know Note32 has a good firewall as well. I know there are many other firewall brands. Again, I'm not here to recommend products, okay? We are not recommending products here. We are recommending knowledge here, and we want you to get knowledgeable. We don't want you to be depending on one product. So, if you be careful, if you know what you're doing, then you should be able to protect yourself. It's all about yourself. If you are the bad, if you want to do bad stuff, like watching movies without paying, downloading files, this and that, you have to pay it in a way. These are some examples for you. I did try to be fair as much as I can. I did include lots of products here. Yes, I know there are more. Yes, some of them have 2014 versions out now. It's just to give you an idea, okay? Any questions? James, Ben, any questions?
I think it's a lot of it's been happening through the text chat, Erdal. We've had a lot of comments, not so many questions this year. Oh, we've had one just come in from Dinesh.
Anything which you would like to share? Yep.
Just sort of how do we clean viruses? A lot of people still asking questions about what's a good virus scanner for this? Is this good enough? And asking about combinations. And I guess a lot of people are showing that they're in the dark about knowing what's an appropriate level of protection.
Okay. I think I'm Nostradamus. Look what is coming next. Stop cybercrime. First of all, let's do some virus history. For the guys, they say Apple doesn't get viruses. Did you know that? The first virus in the world was an Apple virus. You can, you know, there are some other viruses. I didn't write the whole list, but this was really good. I thought it is, you know, good point for me to highlight it again. Sorry, Steve Jobs. Rest in peace. So, before I start how you can protect your computer, how you can know you got a virus in your computers, one more cartoon for you. Batman and Robin, you know, the usual stuff. Spam from the Joker, another email virus from the Penguin, an illegal chain letter from Catwoman. You know, I think it's funny. No? Nobody like it? Did you like it, James? Please be honest.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Alright, finding malware on your Windows computer. Again, if you promise me, let's see how Twitter is going. Are we trend topic now? Harun, question, adware, malware, Trojan virus and worm, are they synonymous? It's a very tricky question. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I'm going to answer this question in a bit more details towards the end, okay? Detecting virus without antivirus. Very soon. We're starting with it now. Thank you, George. Andrew, stop crying for tweet. Beautiful. Andrew, welcome to Twitter. I think I'm going to ask Twitter to give us some money. Syed, hello from Pakistan. Hello to Pakistan. Daryl, hello from Canberra. Hello from Nepal. Thank you, Eunice. I love you. Another good friend from Greece. Egypt. Bosnia. Beautiful. Hello, everybody. So, if you use Stop Cybercrime and Twitter, I'm gonna try to read your name here as well. Okay. So, if you don't have any other questions, let's move on. So, how can you find malware? Me, the Nostradamus, I knew you were gonna ask me all these questions. First of all, if you think you're hacked, if you think you are infected, then you should collect the war-related information, which will give you some information on when your computer was shut down, when it was rebooted. It will help you to find out a logical timeline of a security incident. And it will give you the opportunity to, to reach out to your incident response teams. The war-related data usually reside in registries, cache, RAM. There are some other places as well which you can look into it. What are this information? Could be the system time, definitely the logged on users, open files, network information, network connections, process information, process to port mapping, process memory, network status, clipboard contents, drive information, commands which is used in your computer, the history, the drive that's mapped to your computer, and the shares. I know you all can read this, right? So, would you really like to see hands-on session? As I thought that it's going to be some lagging, what I've done is I created some screenshots for you instead of doing live demonstration. But please go ahead and download the PDFs, not PowerPoints. You're not going to be able to get any PowerPoints from now on. You'll only be able to download PDFs, okay? So you can type all this in your command prompt and do it yourself after the session. So, rule number 1. Again, this is for Windows. If you're using Windows 7, just go to your command prompt, type cmd.exe. If you're using Windows 8, it's Windows key plus X. It will open you the administration key. From there, go to PowerShell. No difference. You can run all this in PowerShell as well. First of all, look, I know your date and time. You know how to do that. So please go to your C drive. Type Windows, date, time, and time. So instead of just going to Windows, look, you could just do this as well. I think I should do some demonstration here as well. Instead of going, you can just go type time or date, you know. It will give you the time and date. But if you do it this way, what is the importance here? It will show you your time and the time which is maybe if you are connected to a bot, maybe your time will be managed by that bot. So make sure that your time has been synced. What else? You can use a command which is called net statistics server. What will this net statistics server doing? I remember when I was doing, I think Tony Hodge, you are still there. I was delivering a CH class in Canberra. And Tony was one of the students. I saw his name a few minutes ago there. Hold on, I lost the screen. I'm trying to find you guys. Can you see me, by the way, or did I lost the class? James, are you there?
Here. We can see you.
So I didn't lose the guy, right? For some reason, I lost Citrix. Here we go. I can't see the questions anymore. Give me 1 second, please. Panic mode. Panic mode. Don't panic. Don't panic. Anyway, James, I lost the question box and everything else, the control panel. So, Tony, probably you did answer back. Can you please read if Tony is there, James or Ben?
Tony said yep.
He will remember that. Yeah, we had a student, you know, the smart guy who thinks he's a smart guy at the front. All week he was complaining about the course materials. Oh, they're boring. Oh, these viruses are old. By the way, we had around 10 people. Everybody was happy. And on Friday, I asked students to do this as well. And when he ran net statistics server, he was the most hacked student. Basically, his permission validation was the highest. His password validation was the highest. His kilobytes sent out was much higher than what he received. Then he said, oh my God. He thought he knew everything, but he thought he can just protect himself via being negative. But on Friday, we proved him wrong, and he did apologize in front of everybody. And if you don't believe me, we got Tony Hodge somewhere there. He can, you know, he can tell it. It was in Canberra. We did deliver it in a training center back then, somewhere in Canberra, and Tony was there as well. Anybody else was in that class? Maybe we have a couple of people from Canberra. Maybe you were in that class as well. So it's a beautiful tool, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Net Statistics Server. This is my demo PC name, and it will show you, you know, how many sessions you accepted, how many sessions you send out. So it's a really, really useful tool. And you can, you know, that's a screenshot. What else? You can use net session command. In a net session command, again, you can see all computers connected to your computer. You can see the usernames. You can see the client type, not always, and since when they are connected to your computer. Now, if it is a file server, probably you're going to see a lot of connections. But you ask me, how can you know if you got a virus? How can you know how many people are connected to your computer? This is just few basic ways to help you to go through. What else? I think you all know NetStat. In other words, network statistics, which is a command line tool that displays network connections. Doesn't matter if it's incoming or outgoing. It displays also routing tables and different number of network interface statistics. So you can just start with, let me start with the basics. I didn't done that. You can always go and start NetStat. And as you can see, as soon as I type NetStat, it is showing the IP addresses. It is showing the connections to my computer, the port numbers, and the packet types. As you can see, 127 is usually safe. I don't have anything else, or it's still looking to it. Okay, but just a basic NetStat command will do that. I'm just going to stop it now. Control C. As now it started to go to the internet. HTTPS. Let me Control C again. So you can go also type NetStat-A. What is this doing? It is now getting the protocol as well. You can go and type, for example, AN, or you can see my NAS. You can see different protocols, different connections, my computer name here.
Hey, Erdal, just to let you know, our screens are probably a bit behind yours. I think we get your audio a bit before we get the video.
Okay. Okay, that's why I'm going to stop live demo. Probably I go back to slides. I knew this was going to happen. I just still try my luck. Okay, basically,
that's all right. It's good to show the demo. It's just a bit behind.
So then I will slow down. So NetStat, question mark. It will tell you all the commands that you can use. For example, N, O, R, S. Let's go with R. It's showing us the routing table. Very good. I'm showing you my internal routing table. Feel free to hack me. Or NetStat S. It is showing, for example, packets that I received, packets that I sent out, IPv4, IPv6 statistics, echo replies. If you see unusually high numbers, unusually high statistics, then you're in trouble. So net statistics. Now I'm going to type NA. So first start with N. Remember, again, this is not doing really anything fancy, but the NA command is again showing you the status. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an O at the end. NetStat NAO, which is the next slide here. It's going to add the process ID into it. So you will not just see the protocol, you will not just see the local and foreign address and the states, you will see also the process ID. And what can you do next? You can open always Task Manager. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Task Manager. If you're using Windows 8, it is going to look like that. You can always go to more details and you can see the tasks. You can see the histories. You can always right-click, in the processes, right-click and search online if you think this is a suspicious activity. Or I'm going to show you something better. Someone said 2005 Sony. I said Mark Rosinovich. Marco Timmermans will confirm. Mark, he's a really smart guy. I'm talking about Marco. Sorry, I'm talking about Mark. Also Marco as well. He is a tool from him. which is called sysinternals. You can go sysinternals.com and download the 16 megabyte toolsets, which shows all the process IDs. Let's say this here, is it legitimate? I can look in the properties. I can verify if it's legitimate access or not. Here we go. It's verified by Microsoft. Safe. I can check the performance. I can check the graph. I can check the security. You know, I can do many different stuff, which I'm not going to do for now. It does not assist internal topics. Let's get this. I can always go search online if I'm not sure what this IRM SSV is. It's essential. Windows 8, 7 XP will often cause problems. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's pattern updater, so you have to, and here we go. It's based on Adobe Acrobat. Let's double check if it's true or not. Go to properties. Yes, see the Adobe ARM service. Is there any threat? We don't have the Microsoft Symbol server, but I can just go download it and I can check into that as well. I can check the TCP/IP, the strings, and more importantly, I can verify if it's really belongs to Adobe. I guess I did answer some of your questions. How can you know if a process is legitimate or not? Here's the answer for you. All right. Back to a few questions. Are we going good?
Yeah, we've got some questions here for you if you like.
Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to see the questions myself. I done something, I lost them, so. Okay, you have to read them. Sorry, I can't see anything anymore, including stop recording.
Oh, that's probably good.
As long as you guys are there, I don't mind.
Yeah, so I guess a question here asks, what does a NetStat screen look like if you are infected by a virus? What's an obvious tell when there's so many entries?
That's the next one. Just wait a few more seconds.
All right. Cool.
Next slide.
That's good.
Any other question?
Yep. What are all the loopback loopback entries? What do they mean?
Loopback is usually, you know, local IP address, and you have, like, in this case, for example, if you go to, let's do a live demo here. Let's say process ID 1756. Oh no, that's not the loopback. There's a loopback 5216. Open sysinternals 5216. Just an example. Come to process ID. I can just organize them this way. 5216, right? It's an NVIDIA GeForce Experience backend. So this process here is run by NVIDIA. So it's basically the graphic card protocol, which is using some sort of communications. So it's safe. You are not sure? Right click, properties, verify. Yes, 100% owned by NVIDIA. You are not sure? Go and explore the location. I didn't run with the admin rights. See, even I don't have admin rights on my. You want to kill the process? Don't. Think twice before you do that. We will talk about it later. Questions? I guess I did answer the question. No, not happy?
You answered that. There's a few more, I guess, asking about how to interpret the NetSat log. I guess that's coming up next or further.
Yes. Yes. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm listening. That's it.
I guess further to the loopback question, we had that Mark's just asked, can any of these open loopback ports be exploited?
To be honest, depends on the developer, depends on the program. Yeah, I guess so. Raz, you spelled my name wrong. It's an A. All right. So back to the any other?
I think
I
most
think I
of
should
them are
move
about
on because time.
what you're about to explain, so we'll listen up.
Okay, so if you're suspicious of a process ID, okay, let's say you're suspicious of port 4444. What you can do is, you can do a net state NAO 1. What is this 1 doing here? Let me just do a live demo. So, net state, what happened? I lost my screen. Net state NAO, and if I put, for example, 5. Look, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It refresh itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It refresh itself. So Control C. I'm gonna do now. All right. If I can press Control C, hopefully. Now I'm gonna do. Let me screen this screen for you. CLS. Netset and I changed the 5 to 1. Now it's gonna rescan every 1 second. Of course, 1 is not the best idea, okay? But what is the idea of that? So if you're suspicious, let's say port 4444, you can do net state NAO1 pipeline 4444, and this will look into the port activity every 1 second, or in this case I had port 137, okay? It will only look onto these ports, because I think 3 minutes ago someone asked the question, how can I know if I am infected with antivirus? With a virus. Usually antivirus will not work. Or I think I asked this question last week, how do you know that you are sick? You got headache, you can't move your arm, your leg. It's the same idea. You feel something weird in your computer. Or, when your car has that weird sound, or your fridge. It's the same thing, you have to be suspicious. In this case, I'm suspicious. I notice a port 4444 activity, and every 1 second I'm looking into it. So now I know there is something wrong. I can go to my favorite search engine and start type Symantec.com TCP port 4444. I'm doing basically some search engine hacking. I call it Google hacking. Please go and watch our IT Masters video channel. I did talk about it last week, and I looked, only 300 people watched it. So out of 10,000 people, I'm pretty sure most of you still don't know it. So I'm expecting 7,000 clicks on it, not 300. If you don't know it, go and watch it. I'm showing you how you can utilize your skills on hacking via using Google or Bing. So it will tell you straight away, hey, this is a W32 blast.c worm, or depends on what the virus it is. So you can use your netstat, your command prompt skills, to find viruses in your computers for free. Now, you know what the virus is? Go to another computer, if you have it, download the W32 blast worm core, install it, remove the virus. What else can you use as stat? Instead of netstat, you can also use, let me open my PowerShell again. I open it with admin rights. I got my sysinternals tools and the sys folder on my C drive. As you can see, all my favorite tools are sitting here. I can always come and type autorun.exe, for example. Sorry, not autorun. I was going to do tcp viv.exe. If you don't like netstat, here's a graphical interface for you. You don't have to open PowerShell. You can go straight to C drive. That's my C drive here. This PC. C drive, system, you can just come and double click on TCP. Let's open this because the other one is open already. And as you can see, it is showing all those activities. And remember, I opened also TCP vcon. This is what opens. It shows all the TCP ports and where they're located. Hey, 3.560 is connecting to a remote computer, and that's the IP address, dodo.com.au. Okay, I'm sorry, James, maybe you're not gonna like what I'm saying. Don't subscribe to Dodo. Very bad internet. Personal opinion, nothing to do with the university. Okay, it's my personal opinion. I think I can share my personal opinion. It took me today 3 hours. The internet is so slow, I was afraid I was not going to be able to run the class, but to be honest, I'm using my Telstra 4G to make sure that I can run the class. Okay, this is one of the programs which you can use. Again, as I said, this is my personal opinion. For the guys in South Africa, Nigeria, don't worry, I'm just with angry customer. What does this colors means? You can come to the options here. You can, you know, red are the closing ports, green are the opening ports, and I'm changing it every few seconds automatically. You can always come to view, refresh red, and you can just, you know, change it yourself. As you can see, all this port has been open now. Processes, not ports. So you can use this tool set. What else? That's basically a NetSet alternative for sysinternals. You can also use, for example, in Windows 7, C uses your computer name. This is your computer name. Add data, roaming, Microsoft, Windows, Start many programs. This will show you your auto start directory. Instead of going typing this in Windows 7 and Windows 8 on, I'm pretty sure you're not using Windows XP anymore, you can now come and use Autorun. What is Autorun doing? It's another free program, totally free, and I absolutely love it. You know, in Windows 7, you used to type, I forgot. Hold on. msconfig. I seriously forgot for a second. As you can see, msconfig does not work in Windows 8 anymore. But you can always come here. I believe it's better than msconfig. And it shows all my startup folders. Usually, a virus likes to attach itself to startup folder. As you can see, like I installed Zone Alarm last week. I was using Zone Alarm, if you remember, for testing purposes. Even the object not found anymore, it's still there. I can just go ahead and delete the entry. I know it's safe because I don't use it anymore. Do not delete whatever you think it's safe, okay? That can cause you some issues. So this is showing me everything. When I log on, all these applications are starting automatically. And I wonder why my computer is slow. Because do I really need Adobe RRM? Do I really need Control Center? This is for my printer. Or my printing applications? Do I really need those? No. Do I really need SunJava update schedule? No. QuickTime? No. Dropbox? No. You know, you can just go select. You can see what is embedded to Explorer. My Zamana, my virtual clone drive, WinRAR, that's a bit dangerous. And now this is all attached to my IE. All my scheduled tasks. What is this net trace? I don't know. Properties. I can just see what it is. It's all about. Details. VBScript file. Okay. VBScript. This is a bit dangerous. All the services, all the drivers, again, you can do it in your own time. Another beautiful command is netuser. What is netuser doing? It is showing all logged in users. Why it's important to know all logged in users? Because if there is a root, and don't laugh, I saw so many times root accounts or accounts which they are not belonging to the computer were basic net user command. So you can see all the installed users: administrator, myself, guest, Vanguard, test. So net user is a beautiful malware check. You can see if there is any unwanted account installed in your computer. Of course, you can use the ps-logged-on.exe from sysinternals as well. Again, Mark Resnovich. There are many other alternative free tools. Feel free to use them. Another good tool is net local group administrators. If you just type net local group administrators, you will see all the administrators in your computers. In this case, I got Envy, I got Going, and I got administrator. 1, 2, 3 admin accounts on my PC. Who's this Going? I don't know. So now it's time for me to go to check my control panel and users and controls. You know what I mean? I hope it gives you the idea. Any questions so far? Nothing about viruses, but do you understand what you're seeing? Many more questions about this. I will take the virus questions towards the end because probably I'm going to answer them in the next slide.
Yep, Bilal's got a good question here about svchost.exe. Any idea how to tie particular services under svchost.exe to their ports? Bilal is trying to give me a hard time. No, all right, I'm going to answer this question. Please remind me with a live demo. Or let's do it right now. I think I can. Let's get a SVC host. Here we go. This is the one. So the question was, can you repeat it again, please? Yep.
So I do it live.
All right. How do you tie particular services under svchost.exe to their ports?
All right. While you're creating a virus or the ones that's been created already, because you usually don't have any access to it. But when you create a virus, okay, so I think maybe I will record, but I don't know if you should record a demo like that because we don't know who's going to watch these videos. And we can be maybe liable because usually you have to sign an agreement or be our student, which is I can, when you create a virus, let me explain you. You go ahead and select the ports, the types that you want to create, and you can name the service that you create. And usually SVC host is a good one. When you do so, you can bind any services that you want to attack. In this case, this particular SVC host is, I don't know, bind to what? Let's find out. It's bind to even tab status. Let's bring it to front. That's probably something at the back with Microsoft which we don't have access. Let me see. Any clue from here? Nah. So sometimes you don't know what it's exactly for. But my next slide again is, let me just jump there. It will tell you, for example, here svc.exe services. So it's a site service, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. If you type tasklist.svc, just to answer the question, you will see which services bind to. So I knew you're going to ask this question, and I prepared it for you already. So I'm going to talk about the rest in a few minutes. Bilal? Happy? Hadi koçum benim. A little bit Turkish. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, referring again to NetStat, Robert has asked, what does time wait mean? Why does it always show time wait?
Probably it's still trying to establish a connection. Thank you, Marco. I just received your SMS saying nice session. Sorry. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, that's the answer. Any other question?
What can we do if we don't recognize the remote IP looking at the list? So if you're suspicious about a process.
Pray. I'm not joking. You know, praying is good because if you can't do anything, let's hope it's something good. You can just search it, or you can try to identify something, but it's really hard to if you don't know what it is. Also, please add spyware in that question. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna come back around to you. Yeah, to be honest, I don't have a specific answer for this one. Sorry. Any other question?
Thanks for your reply there, Daniel. Daniel says time wait is a connection that hasn't had a fin yet. So that'd be a fin TCP packet to close the connection.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's exactly, in other words, yeah, thank you. I mean, to be honest, I knew the answer, but for some reason I just couldn't think, so it's not easy to think, and anyway, but go ahead. Thank you, Daniel. You deserve a big thank you.
One more from Haran says, with netstat-b, how do you interpret cannot obtain ownership information? I'm not sure I've seen that myself.
All right, I think I had those netstat-b somewhere here as well. If not, probably I forgot it, I removed it. So let's do, again, this is not a netstat, okay, we are not doing a netstat session here, but it's a good question. What is netstat-b doing? For once, I think it's supposed to be in slide deck. I don't know why I didn't talk about it. It shows the port, the exe, the local address, the foreign address, and whatever the communication is. As you can see, the film rate is saying it's still trying to communicate. So next week, when we talk about DOS attacks, I need all of you who doesn't understand fin, sing, acknowledge, three-way handshake, to go to Dictionary, which I spoke about it last week, and learn these topics, because I knew that we are today this week if I start to talk about it, so it's impossible for me to cover everything within 2 hours. So please do some pre-study about the three-way handshake protocol, about sync packages, acknowledge packages, fin packages. So you let me answer this question next week, because I think it fits more into next week content, okay? Which is DDoS or DOS. But back to this question. So it shows in detail what's going on. Time wait means it didn't get any answer back yet, or maybe the service is down, or something like that. netstat-b again. It is what we typed. All right, question?
I think that's just about it for now on topic. If you want to advance, and we'll grab some more for in a minute.
Okay. So at Windows Vista, Windows 7, and Windows XP, you can use msconfig instead of Task Manager, or as I said, easier outer ones. So process information. I think most of us do understand what a process is. Basically, we use some tools and commands used to collect detailed process information. So you have to understand what task this is. You have to understand what PS list is, list DLLs are, handles are. So you can use all this like list DLLs. If you go to sysinternals again, hello, anybody there? CL. This is still looking into it. Let me just kill the process. listdll.exe. This is another good way for you to find out if there is anything fancy happening in your computer. It will list all the DLLs which is running your computer. Yes, you can reach some of them out from Process Explorer, but it's going to take some time. Let it do it in the background. It will list all the DLLs which is running with the size, with the patch. So it's gonna, or you can use handle.exe as well from sysinternals, which is gonna show all the handles. Or you can also use, come here, memory map, RAM map, here we go. Again, why I'm talking about sysinternals, because they're all free and it's all in one place. I'm just in the other screen. It's loading up. Here we go. It's still loading, that's why I can't drag it to the screen. Here we go, now I can. This is my RAM map. As you can see, I got around 16 GB RAM. My RAM is processes are like that. Look, you know, you can see all the process size, processes running in the RAM with the process ID, with session IDs. Why I'm showing you this? Because there are lots of viruses. They sit in the RAM as well. You can see the priority summaries, physical pages, ranges, and you can also see the locations there. Look at this. Some files are open at the background, Dropbox, personal, our speaker, Tech at North America 2014, file is open. Or this one here, nls-data.dll. So hopefully my list DLL is gonna list them all very shortly. Yeah, here we go. You are seeing at the moment all the DLLs in my computer running, which you have to understand what DLL is what as well. Otherwise, you have to use the tool which I'm using now. So you can always go from here to this one here, and you can just get some help, or you can debug or set affinity. Okay, so basically a tool is going to help you to get more information of what's going on. All right, another one here. All right, task list. If you go type to your computer, just basic task list. Did you know that you can open all your tasks which is running your computers with the image name, with the process ID, session name, session number, and memory usage. It will provide information about the running processes in your computer. So, as Bilal asked, there are many SBC hosts, Skype, NVIDIA. So what is all this? Fitbit, Outlook, what is all this, Erdal? Explain me. To be honest, even I don't know what all this is. I should care, yes. But how can I get something easier while using task list SBC? What is this doing? It will help me to, so task list SBC, it will now show the services associated with it. So remember, I didn't know what winlogon.exe is. I still don't know. It's not applicable. I didn't know what sbchost.exe is. One of them, which one? The 628 is the broker infrastructure. DCOM Lounge, LSM, plug and play, Power, System Events Broker. So it's a service probably which is running by Microsoft. You don't believe me? 628. Come here. 628. Two of them are there. Go to properties. And from here, you can just see, as I said, I don't want to talk about again and again and again. You can see the usage within itself, all the details, and you can just verify, yes, it's Microsoft. Okay, so you don't have to know everything. Basically, type task list SVC and get most information. This SVC host at this process ID has this. Yes, I know it's confusing why they all use SBC host. Why they're not calling it BCC host, I don't know. If you find a developer, ask yourself. My job is to show you how things works here and how you can understand if this thing is a virus or not. Most of the time, hackers are lazy. They will not put the description there. They will, most of the time, will not have the ability to verify the information. It says Microsoft, you click verify, and if it can't be verified, you should be suspicious. Don't laugh. I was once at Seattle, live closed session with Mark Rosinovich, and he was showing us one of his tool set. By the way, it was a closed event with 25-30 people, and one of these tools was not verified. You know, he looked at it and said, "Oh my God, I forgot to add the certificate into it," which he done it right after the session. Then he uploaded to the cloud to make sure that it's been verified now. So I'm not saying all unverified processes are not good, but I'm saying verified processes are good. Okay. So this was task list SVC, and please don't make it capital. I just done it capital so you can read it easier. This provides more to search for than researching whether the investigated system may be infected with evil programs or not. What else can you do? You can use open files, which we call deep security. To be able to use open files, you have to first type open files, local on, reboot your computer. So you have to restart your computer to be able to, when you type open file, to be able to get this. It shows all the processes, all the exe names, and all the application which is open. Open files will do that. You can always type open files question marks and get some help of who's connected, who's local in, who's with the querying. So it is giving you some sort of different options to go to the next level. What else? So once you're done, you can always type open files, log off, and reboot your computer again. You will be back to normal. What else? You can use netfile command. The basic netfile command will show the ID, the path, username locks. As you can see, this is from an older Windows. It might not work with Windows 8. It depends on your system settings, but it definitely works with older version of Windows. Netfile. You can also use PS file. What is PS file doing? PS file is like net file. You can come here again. psfile.exe, and no files open remotely on Windows 8, so which means nobody's connected to my computer, which is good. There is some other tools as well, which you're gonna see in the slide deck shortly. Let me just jump there quickly. Did I put it in? No, I didn't put it in. Don't worry, I'm not jumping there, but you can always go to PS exec, PS info. So let me just open it as well. PS, as you can see, PS exec is there, PS file is there, get SID is there, PS info is there. That's not PS info. And this will give you, it says, you know what? This computer is up for 1 day, 11 hours, and 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you're really not sure when your computer was restarted last, here we go. As you can see, I'm using Windows 8.1, which is product 6.3, the professional version. Registered owner, thank you very much. Now you can spam me. System root is Windows. Processors, I got 8 processors. Processor speed is 2.1 gigahertz. iCore 7. Physical memory is definitely much more than that. What else can you use? You can use, for example, PSExec. With PSExec, you can just launch remotely files on computers, but it will not work like that. So I don't have any other computer open now. But if you had, you could just put PSExec computer name, file name, or username. You can connect remotely to your computer without even touching this computer and do all the steps here. Again, it's out of topic. I'm not going to talk about it as well. So you can always go to sysinternal's website, which has all this information for you, and you can always get the sysinternal's system administrator's book and read and learn more about this. Okay? So this is not a sysinternal's class. This is a class to give you an idea on free tools. WMIC, I'm pretty sure most of you do know that. It is the Windows Management Instrumentation command line. Keep in mind, it's not merely a command. It is a world into itself. It offers a command line interface with ultra-powerful Windows management APIs within Windows. It gives you lots of detailed information. So let's do a demo. PowerShell, where's my PowerShell? Did I close it again? I think I did. Windows S, PowerShell, run it as administrator. Let me just go straight to the root. So to do that, as I said, all what you have to do is type WMIC, process list. Enter. It's going to take some time, and it's going to run all the processes running in your computer. Hey, this is ugly. Can you read that? Seriously, can you? I can't. So what can I do? Let's scroll down. It's quite big. CLS again. WMIC process list. Let's make it nice, which I call brief. Here we go. This looks better. So if you just add the brief command, which is right here, WMIC process list brief. Okay. So later, please download the PDFs. You don't have to take notes. It will show the handle count. Remember, there is a sysinternal tools which shows details on handles as well. The process name, the priority, the process ID, the thread count, the workset size. So if anything is suspicious, it's your job to find it out. What else can you do? Instead of saying WMIC process list brief, you can also type WMIC process list full. And this will show everything in your computer. It's like the Matrix mirror, right? In the movies they do hacking. It is from A to Z. You're going to see everything which is in my computer. All the process lists. I hope I don't have anything fancy. Look at this command line. Sys zoomit.exe. What is zoomit? You know, I zoom to my screen and type sometimes. You will see the drivers. You will see command lines. You will see some weird application. It's Yammer, Skype. You know, you can go one by one. Fitbit, Syntapic. What is that? That's on my keyboard. To my pad, not pad. Snagit from TechSmith. Really good software. Highly recommend it. I mean, without this, I couldn't create any slides, any videos. Thank you to TechSmith. Even though I purchased the program, I'm still thankful TechSmith. So if you want to record your screens or take screenshots in advanced level, Snagit is the solution. What else? I think you got the idea. I'm not going to go more ahead with this. Process is full. It will show you everything. Is this all? No. As some of you said it before, if you have a distinguished employee, then you will lose everything else as well. So, be aware of social engineering. What is social engineering? I think most of you did went to my blog by now, and hopefully watched the session, social engineering session, which I did deliver Milad, a very good friend of mine in US. Hopefully we're going to redeliver the session in Barcelona as well, if you're going to attend TechEd in Barcelona in October. So, guys, I think this is a screenshot which you're going to tweet a lot. Usually every time I deliver this class, my students do that. If you're going to tweet the upcoming slide, please use Stop Cybercrime hashtag. So, keep in mind, there is no patch for human stupidity. Doesn't matter how good your firewall is. Doesn't matter how good your antivirus is. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you have someone who's not smart enough, you are beep. Sorry, I'm not going to tell the next word. So what else can you do? Please create a deep sheep computer. What is a deep sheep computer? It's a computer which is by itself. You can do all your analysis, all your testings there. You can use VMware, Hyper-V, Oracle. I really don't care. Of course I prefer Hyper-V or Virtual PC. I'm a Microsoft freak, but you don't have to be. You can just use any tools you like. Create a NIC card with host only. Then test, play around. I think you watched already my how to build lab demo video in our YouTube channel, IT Masters YouTube channel. Please go ahead and watch it again. Create your own malware finding session. How can you do that? You can use lots of analysis services. Kaspersky has one, Avert Labs has one, Filter Lab has one. There are many of them. Okay, so please go ahead and look into this later. So it's going to be your job to scan for suspicious Windows services. And I think by now you do understand how do I do that. So hopefully now I did answer all your questions on how you can find suspicious files, viruses. Yes, I did not show you how you can kill them, as I knew I was going to run out of time. But don't forget, if you want to really attend to the full course, this is only 5 week short course. And yes, you're going to get a certificate from Charles Sturt University with sponsorship of IT Masters. Okay? I'm just a paid employee, such as the other two gentlemen which are helping me. But I love the company that I'm working for. I love my university. And I do this with a passion. So if you follow my advices, you should be able to be more secure. So what are the Trojan countermeasures? For that, you can watch my TechEd sessions, or you can just follow basic. Do not open attachments, sometimes even from trusted sources. If it's really too weird, ignore it, block it, delete it. Block all unnecessary ports that you don't need. Have a proper firewall. Avoid accepting instant messages. Just look, I done a big mistake. I connected my Facebook to my Skype, and I think I'm going to remove it. Every time I'm writing something, so many requests are coming from you guys, and I'm telling you, please, gentlemen, please, ladies and gentlemen, use the forums to ask me questions. Otherwise, I'm going to block you from my Facebook because my Skype is not stopping. Look, we have more than 7,000 people so far registered, and my aim is 8,000. If I start to read all your messages, I'm gone. But we have the forums, that's why. Please, 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 use the forums. Please. Back to the topic. Harden weak default configuration settings. In the last 2 weeks, I gave you some recommendations. Follow them. If you don't use something, disable it. If you don't use an account, disable it. rename your admin account, block your guest account, which is by default anyway, monitor your traffic, and please start to download. Stop the download, not start to download. I know someone's going to make fun of Twitter. Stop the download software from untrusted locations. Yes, I know, it's beautiful. You know, why should I pay money for that beautiful movie which is costing $20 in cinema? I got unlimited internet, I can just download it. Yeah, you hate Hollywood, you hate Bollywood. These guys are making billions, they don't deserve it. I'm not saying that, just that's the thinking. But the question is, why they're giving it to you for free? Install patches. I know most of you hate to do that. Even my son, you know, every time I sit in his computer, first thing which I do is check his updates. Even though I got a WSUS server at home, Windows Software Update Services server, he hated that. Please, not again. Even though it's been forced, I like to double check. Why? Because I know how hackers work. Make sure you use antivirus. Look, you're going to be surprised. I got Windows Defender. I got at the moment Zimana. I got Kaspersky. Last week I had Note 32. I'm just going to test Kaspersky for a while to write a recommendation to a friend of mine who's going to use it in his company. I'm going to tell either use or not. That's the reason why I installed it. And the only reason I can learn about it if I use it in my environment. Of course, I have a PC which I like to go to underground websites and which I like to download. I think I got a beautiful blog post. I hope it's still in my blog. Let me just quickly show you. So, why I didn't think about this before? In the meantime, I can check Twitter. No, I think 1,000 people is not good enough to be trend topic. My aim was to have stop cybercrime in a trend topic. But I think we're going to do it during the week, right? I think twice is the article name. God knows where it is. So free stuff from the net. Think twice. This was an article which I also published at Born to Learn blog, Microsoft official blog for learning. Please read this article. The images will load later. So I have step-by-step screenshots how a website can cause me some damages while I'm just in the website. So please read this article later with the screenshots. It's really, really good. So if you want more free stuff on security, here is a beautiful URL for you, microsoftvirtualacademy.com. I did deliver this class with Milad a few weeks back, 3 weeks ago in Seattle. It was live. So it is talking about defense, depth in defense. Nothing to do with this topic what we're doing. I don't want to say nothing to do. Some topics are crossing each other, but you are not getting any certificate. Yes, you are actually getting a certificate from Microsoft, but not from the university. It's free. Just go sign up to microsoftvirtualacademy.com. You know, even though it's my own course, I have to complete it myself to get the points. It was funny. I found it funny. And if you want to connect at social media, this is our account. As you heard Bill, not Bill, who's Bill? Ben. Ben is, now I know who's doing all these tweets. So itmaster.csu is our Twitter account. Feel free to follow us. Plus CSU itself is our Twitter account as well, Charles Sturt Uni. So you can always, as Andrew said, consider MBA, considering masters. James, yeah, James, can you please, by the way, not Andrew James, our James, can you please reach Andrew and send him some information about our master programs? Please go ahead and, you know, tweet about it, okay? Ben, I think you're going to reach him out via Twitter as well. So, please don't forget to stop cybercrime. Thank you. I think this way we can create a community, a bigger community. And by the way, I can give you the good news. A couple of weeks ago, I saw Martin, our CEO of IT Masters, and a senior lecturer at CSU. He asked me already to prepare another class towards end of the year. So if you help me to reach out 8,000 people, then I will tell Martin I'm going to run more class. James, are you ready for another 2 hours, 5 weeks run?
Yes, yes I am.
Now you got Ben. I think last time we had 6,000 students. Now we are close to 8,000, but I want to reach 8,000 plus. 8,001 is good enough for me, okay? So please help us. We are helping you. We want you to help us as well. By the way, this is the course at Microsoft Virtual Academy. It's totally free. You can come and watch it. You will see me and a good friend of mine, Milad, there. Ibrahim, also, he's also in this class at the moment. What a beautiful app. If you have an Android phone, please go ahead and download my app and don't forget to rate it. So all what you have to do is search my name. And as you can see, it's been published just last night. So it's a beautiful app where you can keep in touch about my blog and myself. You can find everything about myself here. Very soon it's going to be in Android, in Windows market as well, and iPhone market. Ibrahim, are you there? If you're there, you can always go to his details by clicking this. Any other announcements which I got? Please, 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 your main communication form is not my Facebook account. It is the forums.